All right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. A lot to dive into and discuss in today's video. Sorry if you see me blinking a lot. My wife just cooked fried chicken and my eyes water so bad every time she does, but we have a lot to dive into and discuss in today's video regarding roster updates, roster rumors, and I mean some really weird, interesting rumors, and we're gonna check the validity behind some of these as well, and maybe some of these theories that exist, and do they actually hold up? Interested to see your guys' opinion on this one as well. And then also want to give a little bit of roster, or more so drama going on inside of the world of ALGS right now as well. So if you guys want to stay up to date with all things inside of the world of ALGS, then like the video, subscribe to the channel. Big shout out to Glitch Energy for sponsoring today's video. Editor, do me a favor, please. I didn't have it ready. If you could just throw up a big picture of my flavor, Maui Punch, and say, hey guys, buy this one. If you don't like that one though, maybe get Guava Warfare. It's a new flavor as well that I've been liking. Very superb and solid. Make sure to use code jmeyels, get your 20% discount. And thank you to Glitch Energy for sponsoring today's video and supporting the channel so freaking much. First off, wanted to make mention, this was coming from Crowd Rindo. A lot of people saw this and wanted to bridge that gap and I guess bring it over into the competitive environment, because that's the way it used to be done, right? We see invalid zones and this is where the ring never ends. I remember this specifically last season, especially when I played the PSQs and there was no command center ending at all. So anytime a zone was pulling command center or like Stormcatcher or something, you knew it was ending Stormcatcher because there was no command center endings at all. So like that's basically the same concept here. Is like, look, these are where the zones can never end at all. And then like you could pull up a picture right here just to see like, okay, well, we know zones never going to end over here, here, or there, whatever. There are no endings in these locations, so therefore we can predict where the zone's going to be. And they did that for all these maps, and that's really the way that pros used to go for quite some time. Now Privacy had put out, does he know? And I assume what he meant by that was this information that was put out inside of the Pro League Discord. If you guys did not see this earlier, it had already got leaked and many people were already talking about it. But basically, the devs come out to say and tell the pros, look, hey, this is not public. This did not get put in the patch notes, and we forgot to tell you. But if you guys were not aware, we want to let you know that a ring system change that was included inside of the patch of 20.1.0, but it was not listed inside the patch notes. We want to let you guys know that it does exist. And in this new patch, the ring placement logic received several updates. The new changes are designed to make the end zones less predictable. And basically what it does is it ignores these map denial / allow zones. So normally you would see these zones and say, okay, here's where it will never end. But basically it looks like they're ignoring that information with this new update. So it's kind of like not even relevant anymore. So interested to see how that all plays out in the end. I know we've already had those discussions about whether or not it's a good thing that Apex would be trying to make it less predictable. Not really sure if I agree with that logic. Let me know what you guys think. Also wanted to make mention some drama, of course. Yesterday the Challenger circuit finally came to an end, or 2 days ago at this point, and really weird stuff because you had No Name win, right? Low Slicks obviously was a team that a lot of people saw as a dark horse. I think many people were looking for tripods, they were looking for stallions or whatever, but we all know that No Name was good. We know who Din Pride is, we know what they're about, so it wasn't too big of a surprise. But we did talk about how quarterfinals was quite the grief for tripods. You had many teams coming out to say that they were purposely gonna grief the pods. They didn't care anymore. Apparently there's like 6-man discords that are ready to like topple onto the tripods. Well, their coach Voltic comes out to say the griefing next week is about to be insane. I'm praying for all my dogs in 10 through 18th, because you guys are not aware, obviously the middle of the pack here for the Challenger circuit points is very competitive, and it's very important that these guys get this stuff locked down, and the griefing is going to go crazy. And that's probably why we saw LC challenge challenge Doom, because Vaxlon and co were in a really good position. And so LC, according to Z Davis, LC needed to challenge them. They needed to kill them just for the specific placement ideology there. And so you were looking at it like, bro, LC's in like 17th place, why are they making this chow? It was more so about the overall Challenger circuit points, according to Z Davis. But interesting to see how all this stuff goes down. Mav also had tweeted at Riley, and Riley just gave the good old smiley face. So really interested to see how this goes. I do like that the dropship thing is in mind here, because I think that this is a problem. I'm going to be honest with you. I understand that it's like Battle Royale. You land on whoever you want to. You make whatever call you want to. But I just don't know how I'm feeling about this. I'm not personally a fan, and I really hope that we get away from this stuff in the future, because I just want every team to not have to deal with the public rapport or how they feel about me, and basically that just screw them over in the end. I just don't think it's a fair game to play at all. Also wanted to mention my friend from E6, content creator, actually EXO now, forget the buyout. So this was actually his show that he has on YouTube called The Morning Shift. And honestly, I'm a big fan. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more laid back outside. Well, he had a little bit of a segment today. He's a growing content creator, and I like the guy, and he did something that really interested me. Now, I wanted to put this to the test because a lot of people are freaking out when they saw this, like myself, and everybody wanted to ask the same question. HisWattson getting replaced by Vaxlon. Now, would Vaxlon come back to play with Furia? Of course, Vax basically got kicked off of this roster. He was playing with already there. And, you know, you were seeing this team do so good. Everything was going so well. Probably the most consistent teams in Scrim throughout the entire preseason. And I was like, man, there's no way they're going to make a roster change. These guys are looking solid. Well, then Furia approaches them. They make the change to butt out Vaxlon for HisWattson. And honestly, they played pretty solid, but definitely not, I would say, as consistent. They weren't converting as much, but they still had some pretty good games at the end of the day. But HisWattson, apparently, according to this, was getting replaced. And I was like, where in the world are they getting this from? Well, basically, the theory is this. So Vaxlon has been playing scrims with Furia quite a bit, and he even said that like HisWattson has not been playing any of the scrims at all. And then like Vaxlon comes out to say that if I want to keep playing international scrims, I'm gonna have to part ways, whatever. So we just like thought, well, maybe that's what's gonna happen. Vax is gonna keep playing with Furia in these international scrims, so therefore he put the bridge together. That means he's going to Furia, right? Well, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to buy into that quite yet, because many people like myself are also asking, like, didn't the roster lock already happen? Do you have any confirmation on that point? And right now it is just all theory. Now, he said it's not 100% confirmed, but if we look at all the facts, there's no way HisWattson is staying on the roster. And I think that's a super duper bold statement. Now, I was a little concerned because I was seeing many people comment on mine saying that Vax is listed as a sub, as you guys can see right here. But I had looked on the Battlefy website. Vaxlon is not listed as a sub, as you know, according to the Battlefy website anyway. So it's HisWattson, it's Keon Madness, and then Coach PvP or JMO. And so even the team history, you guys know they just added this new feature for roster changes. And basically the only thing we know about Vaxlon was that he was removed from Furia, and then already there changed their name to Furia. JMO, HisWattson, Luda was added, and then Luda was removed. And of course, Madness and Keon, I guess, were already on this to begin with, so they never really got added. But there was no more addition to Vax being a sub, and I'm just really confused. Maybe you guys know something that I don't know. I really don't want to like miss something so big. Like, you know, you guys comment like, Jay, you should have known he was listed as a sub, but I'm just seeing it and I'm like, am I crazy? I don't see that at all, and I have a hard time believing that HisWattson is going to quit this soon. I mean, they're not doing horrible. Of course, they didn't have the best regional finals performance, but it wasn't the end of the world. They've had decent pro league days. They've done consistently well throughout the pro league season. I think they were like top 5 through before that regional finals actually happened. So it wasn't like the craziest thing in the world, but that's the news. That's the rumors that were going around. Interested to see what you guys had to say about it, though. I just don't know if I'm there yet, quite frankly, with HisWattson. Also wanted to mention that Vatri, good old Vatri for the Oversleepers, has now announced that he's looking for one with Charmander for Pro League qualifiers. And this is very interesting because obviously Oversleepers qualified for Pro League by way of the PSQ, by way of, I think it was like an elimination based on a disqualification, which made them go up in the points quite a bit. It was between them, and many people thought that maybe Tripods would get invited by Respawn. That didn't happen. It did go to the Oversleepers. Then you unfortunately saw JP step back. Then you saw Vatri step back. Charmander was by himself, and now you see these guys reunite back together, and I'm interested to see if it all works out in the end. Obviously, Vatri is respected as far as being a good mouse and keyboard player. Now, I'm not going to harp on this one too much just because how often we are missing teams at this point, but just want to put out there for Apex Scrims today, you had a double APAC North W today. And not only that, you had a double APAC North top 2, or you had a top 2 APAC North today inside of Group A versus B. Reject winning again. These guys have been super consistent. Kennertrip Gaming in 2nd, Luminosity in 3rd, Oxygen in 4th, Cloud9 in 5th for this go round. Then you move over to their to the next group, which is Group C versus D, and you had Fnatic taking the W. So very nice stuff for the APAC North scene. Love to see it, and I'm really hoping, honestly, I've already told you guys this at the beginning. I know TSM's good. I know North America's strong, but I am personally rooting for APAC North just because it's time we get some diversity up in the championship at this point, man. I just really want to see APAC North win, man. I really do. So 2nd place, Moist Esports. Furia in top 3, by the way. So very interested to see how all of this stuff plays out in the future. TSM in that top 5, Alliance up there again. They've been playing very, very consistent, and APAC South is still yet to get really up there in the limelight. We've been mentioning that for quite some time now, especially after looking at the spreadsheet that Zero had put together, and it just showed that APAC South was not keeping up. Now, of course, a lot of ping issues that we've been mentioning over the last couple of days, but nonetheless, these are your latest Oversight Pro Series results. Interested to see what teams you guys are currently looking at right now. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date with all things inside the world of ALGS news. And until the next time, we will see you all later, Gators. Woo! Make sure to check out Glitch Energy, by the way. Use code jmeyelsbiz to get your 20% discount. Love you guys. I don't know how I'm talking so fast, but I got an Apex podcast to go into with Enoch, We the People, and Wyatt. So we'll see you guys later. Peace.